That tale was mostly true, and this one's mostly too. For the sea remembers you, but forgets the lies you knew. Oh, they say we're wanted in Pro-Camper. They say our luck is running out. When you get lost in the Underdark, will anyone hear you shout? Do you ever stop and wonder what's beneath the sea of fallen stars?
Good evening, hello, welcome back to session 71 of Fool's Landing, our advanced Dungeons & Dragons campaign set in the Forgotten Realms, where I will be the Dungeon Master tonight, and I'm Jamie. I'm joined by just 3 heroes who were able to join us here this evening, who have braved the depths of the Sea of Fallen Stars, starting with Chris. Good evening, Chris.
Hey there. I am playing Kurza, a full-blooded elf, 6th level mage, 5th level scout, and I don't know, in search of new experiences like a gnome.
That's fair, which we have found many of, so good to have you. Next up is Adam. Hello.
Hey, Adam playing Bartholomew's 6th level, starting to focus in on 7th, Priest of Lyra.
Yes, indeed. And then last but not least is Brandon.
Hello, I am Brandon. I am playing Nod, a 6th level.
Yeah, you're right about there. So you're about to go right back up to 7th soon. So this will be the last time I think you're in 6th again.
Yeah, Minotaur Thief.
Awesome. So the Shadow Thief and the Cleric and the Wizard Scout are here, but they are joined also by some followers who each of you have Nalara and Sireni, and probably forgetting Varn, I believe, is one of the other followers. So we've got a few other folks in tow here. Also, Tornuk is Nod's friend from his old days in the Labyrinth, and he joins you as well. So it's not quite as dire as this, but it's still dire. So I think where we left off, if we want to do a recap, was that last session started off on the 1st floor. You all woke up in the barracks, and that was this room here, a room you'd all slept in before, and returned to and were able to rest in here again. There was a rune affecting you that was slowing things, so I think you wanted to get off of this floor for the most part, and I think that morning you decided to check the garden on your way out, and you popped your head into the garden and picked a few species. If I recall, I think about half a dozen species that were gathered by Griff and Saharn, who have some herbalism and gathering skills. So they did that, and then you moved on. You went upstairs. You had heard some footsteps, some small pitter-pattering kind of medium-sized creature wandering around on the 2nd level. Followed the footprints in different directions. Ultimately, I think came to the staircase again. Help me out. I think, does anyone remember doing anything when you came to the 2nd level again, or did you just go straight to the staircase to go up? I don't remember if you investigated. I think the footprints had gone into the room where the portal was, if I remember correctly. So that was one of the things. And then you did pretty much go around to the staircase. And when you reached the staircase again, you saw the rune on the wall. This is the stairs by the hole in the tower. And a couple of you had put your head down and gone up, and nothing happened. But then somebody wandered up and stared out the hole in the wall. And that seemed to trigger the shadow creature, who returned and attacked again, trying to drain strength, which I think that's again where we are, is a couple of you were drained of strength. So I know Nod is still down a little bit. He has had 1 night of rest, so he's been able to recover 1 point back already, but This would be the second night that where we're catching up to today, I believe. And then someone else was just hit on the staircase and was drained of some strength as well. Can't recall if that was Schauser. I don't know if it was Schauser or Griff. One or the other, I believe, was hit last session. So they were also down some strength points as well. But nevertheless, I think you pressed on and you went upstairs and started to poke around on the third floor, which is where we left off last session. But you had gone down the hallway some ways, and let me move us to the map. I'll probably have to bring tokens in because I probably don't have everybody.
Yeah, there was something moving around in this little area off to the right, the 9s. So I think we blocked in the door or something like that to
Giant Bart.
to keep it in there.
Yeah. There we go. See, I think I missed last week. Bart, what do you have as cast spells back compared to where I left the sheet the previous session? Or
Yes, they did get a full rest in, as would have you. So you should be restored, replenished from a full night's rest. And let me see, a couple of you I need to remove. Clean this room out a little bit. I'm gonna move who's that? Oh, that's Tornuk. Okay. So I think we've got everybody correctly here. Oh wait, I've got Wayne still in there. I'll move him out. Okay. That was ominous looking. Okay. I believe everyone has a token correctly now and should be able to move it and see. But this was the room where you hold up for the evening. Chris, you were just describing the group took the corridor on the outside. You heard some movement coming from that eastern doorway, and then decided it might not be the best time to confront what's behind there, so you dipped and went the opposite direction, actually, towards the chamber. I think the decision was kind of made to go faster towards the top, and that's what led you this way. And so somehow or other you popped into this room for refuge. If that's what I believe we did. So there might have been some more things you did last session, if anyone remembers. Right. Okay. This room then was not one you all really... I don't know if you spent much time, if any, in here last time, but this was a laboratory, and it's seen better days. It's certainly been in better shape, but I'll bring you into... if I have one. Yeah, so again, let's trim this down a little bit. So this is the laboratory room where you all hold up last session, and one of the things that you noticed as you were making I don't believe you were resting. I correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, guys, but I don't believe you were resting. I think you were just pausing to figure out what your next step was, and you stepped into this chamber. And during that time, you noticed that there was a crate across the room with a little bit of a reflection of eyes on it, and you've seen the remnants of this alchemy and other experiments that are laying strewn about in here. Let's see. So,
Am I also the only one that notices the glowy eyes in the background, or is that just me?
Yeah, I think that's something you noticed, but all noticed last time, and maybe all talked about, but nobody's really poked it or anything.
I think we should poke it.
Yeah. Dude, Nod will happily kind of walk up and give it a sniff. Does it smell familiar?
Does
not too close.
Smell mimicky?
Not too close.
So Nod, go ahead and roll a D4, please. All right, and in this case, so you see this creature that's sort of stirring about in there, and it locks eyes with you as you're looking in that direction at it, smelling it. You don't get an odor that's too familiar to you, and so therefore you don't really know how you feel about it one way or the other, about whether you feel danger or if it's prey, but certainly it's something, and it's moving over there, or at least it's staring at you. It's got
Is it
a
in a
slightly
cage?
humanoid shape to it, more than like a dog. But it's at this point still just a silhouette.
It's like, is it in a cage, the silhouette in a cage, or is it more?
Yeah, it is. It's in the cage there.
I'm gonna go poke
Well,
it with a stick.
let's put some light on it.
Okay. So you are going to close in on this creature. Let me see if I can find.
I'm still going to stay a good 5-10 feet away from it, but
Yeah. I also have dark vision or infravision, so I guess it'd just be humanoid, right? Infravision is just kind of seeing heat. So that's a good question. Is it giving off like a heat signature with like infravision?
Yeah, I think it would give off a heat signature. Yeah.
I think I was actually having a discussion with that. Like, if people walking around in the underground with infravision with no torches, right? They wouldn't actually see undead because they don't produce heat, comparatively to like a human with a torch. And
That's a great point between infravision and dark vision.
interesting.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, yeah, it does give off the heat signature, like I said, and that's where you can see the shape of it being more sort of humanoid-ish versus being a four-legged pod creature necessarily. Let's see.
But does it speak? I say.
puts the lotion on its skin.
So you want to try to speak to it or speak at it
I'm just going to say, but does it speak?
in
While looking
common
at
towards
and-
it?
Yeah. Sure.
And,
I think it's alive.
yeah, let's see if it responds to you. Make a charisma check on your attempt there, Kurza. Let's see how that comes through.
Charisma check. Okay. This should be entertaining. Wow, I've succeeded. Oh no.
All right. So your phrase seems to catch its attention. It actually changes its gaze from looking at Nod to now looking at you, and you sort of hear this raspy whisper.
Oh, look at that.
Well, I'll introduce myself and ask what is its name, and
You're
How
gonna
did you end
introduce
up here?
you're gonna say your name before you ask for its name, or are you gonna?
I'll ask it what its name is, and how it got here.
I'm gonna type it in. I'm Thren. I was put here.
Oh my! How long ago?
Oh, some days
Probably
ago.
a while.
Some days ago.
Oh, really? By a mage of some variety?
I don't think he's gonna know what that means. Kind of.
A tall human like this guy? And I'll
The
point to
master says to stay.
Yeah.
The master says to stay
Bartholomew.
here. I stay
Oh.
here. We work together.
What do you do? What are you?
Experiments.
You are the experiment, or you help him with his experiments, or both?
I help him with the experiments. I help him.
Nice cage you got there.
Yeah, I don't know if you probably wouldn't elicit much of a response from him unless you maybe are getting closer or doing anything in addition. But it's sort of locked eyes with Kurza now. It says, "Do you do experiments?" To Kurza, he will say to you, "You look like you do experiments."
Perhaps not the same varieties. Mine usually involve fire.
Ooh, fire experiments.
Yeah.
Those sound like fun. Master doesn't play with fire much these days.
I'll create a little candle-sized lick of flame on the end of my finger, my index finger, and just kind of hold that up. Just a small little trick, but handy nonetheless for setting bigger things on fire.
Yeah, I think he would be very impressed by this. And in fact, maybe if you're trying to indirectly, you might be able to light its face up a little bit, or at least its form up a little bit, so you can get a better look
little
at
bit.
it. I guess let's do that as just a dex check to see how well you can get your movement to shed some light on him. There you go. So you can absolutely light this thing up, and inside of the cage, Kurza, I think you would. I mean, obviously, you'll see this creature. Let's see. So it is a sort of a small, like, looking person that's in there, and it is got a strange kind of look to it. Like, it's not a human or anything like that. It's got a like a race that you don't recognize. If you want to do maybe an Arcana check, or if you have some other type of,
Okay.
anyone has any other types of checks they want to try on this thing, as he's lighting it up, you guys can all get a look at it.
Hmm.
That's about as close as I have, because nobody really has Arcana. It's all spellcraft
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, so spellcraft. So I think what you would probably notice, yeah. So this little wiry little looking person, the skin on it is like gray. It's all grayish looking skin, and as it sits in the cage, because you got such a good roll here, you notice on its back that it's got little wings on it.
Oh, would it look like be possibly an imp or some other demon or devil?
Similar,
Are there any
similar. Yeah, you're on the right track. You feel like it's somewhere in that vein potentially.
Do
Not
I see any
exactly,
kind
but
of protection circles and stuff to keep it in place or anything like that? Now that I'm looking for them,
protection circles? How are you
you
trying
know,
to
like,
detect that kind of thing? Like,
well, I mean,
there's
if you're going
nothing
to
drawn on the
call
ground,
a
I guess.
demon,
Yeah, there's nothing
if you're going
drawn
to
on the
call
ground.
a demon, you put down a protective circle of some kind to
I'll
keep it
say
within.
this, yeah, with your overall spellcraft check in this area, you wouldn't rule out that there have been some forbidden rituals that have happened here, like circles and the like. So that is definitely a possibility
Okay.
that this room has been used for and has
Yeah.
circles and ritual circles in it. But right now, you don't feel like there's any really hard line or anything like that in the room. It's pretty, looks like it's not the most active.
What was the last most exciting thing you saw experimented in here?
Let's see, with you given your charisma check, I think it'll continue to tell you more. Let's see, what will it tell you here? Here, I'm going to show you also a better image of what this thing kind of looks like. So I'll just lay it on top here.
How
You can kind
interesting.
of see it.
Huh.
Master
Come to
brings
the
them.
front of the cage so we can see
Yeah. He's
them
now like
together.
engaged. He's
This one
very
is
engaged with the conversation with you. I mean, he speaks short sentences, and his tone doesn't seem to change a whole lot, but he seems perked up by the conversation, and he does say that he said, Master brings the dead, makes them walk.
like those them humans that he brought from a temple. Yeah, he's got them walking around downstairs doing all kinds of attacky combat things, wearing their is it purple robes that they had? The guys we defeated downstairs.
They they had the Ogma robes on. They had the
Okay,
robes of
I'll,
Ogma on. They had
I'll
been
describe the
corrupted.
Alpha robes
Yeah.
in one fashion or another. Is that what those guys were the ones he was working on last?
Do you have one of them? One of those
Hmm,
to show
I
him?
don't know.
I think you'll notice that it doesn't register. Like when you start to describe things, with
Sure,
too much
I'll
detail, it just looks like he's just like
we
his
might
eyes
have.
just glass. You here for
So he
experiments?
makes the dead men walk. That's always an interesting one.
Yes, the dead men
So I
walk.
move over to the table. And it's like, look at the table. Does this look like where it could probably have been done? And then I'll say, did he do it here? Like I'm interested in what was going on.
How Yeah, he's gonna kind of like be like watching you, and yeah, he's gonna like be pointing at things on the table. Yes, 2 of those. 1 of those. Yes, Master knows. How did you get past? How did you get past the Skull Drinker?
Skull Drinker. Well,
And you notice he's like looking at all of your. He's kind of eyeing you all up now, but he's looking at all of your heads, like the tops of your heads, like scratching his head.
we've gotten past a lot of things. Sometimes it's as simple as locking them in a closet, like the
So
Skull Drinker.
you get the sense that this thing is. Make wisdom checks, please.
I think he's talking about a lipid.
Yeah.
We saw that before. One of
Oh.
our NPC companions getting his head eaten.
So, Nod, I think this might
I
be
kind of do
maybe.
this with my hands to the guys that have these little the tentacle thingies coming from their chin.
Oh, yeah. You could try to describe to him, but like he gets lost on long descriptions. But I think one thing that Nod notices.
That's why I said I'll just make the. Okay.
Yeah, one thing that Nod notices though here is, and this is like more of like a street smarts feeling that you get, Nod being more of a rogue and doing Underdark and negotiating with criminals and the like. You kind of get the sense that he's reading you guys right now. For a second, you almost feel like he was gonna rob you, but like he's in a cage. And then I think it dawns on you that he kind of like is aware of your all's alignments. He seems to be like, his eyes seems to have shifted a little bit, and that he seems like he's like reading the fact that you're not in his lane, so to speak, is what he's noticing. Like you see reading that on his face. And it might occur to you that like that he could do something about that, right? So I guess he's just kind of like making this realization as you guys are poking around the room asking questions.
Mention it to others, like, I think we should leave this guy alone. He's code blue 42.
Yeah. But I don't think he's as dangerous as the beholder we killed.
Probably not. That's why I was trying to poke him with the stick earlier. It seemed a simpler option.
That's true.
So it will, at this point, again, it's like it was getting into the idea of talking to you about the rituals and like what was involved in each of the rituals, but now it's looking a little bit withdrawn, like stepped back a little bit, feels uneasy about your presence, at least the 2 non-minotaurs, but the minotaur nonetheless, being with them probably doesn't help things. And I think it's probably at this point that he looks to you, Kurza, like he is beginning to cast a spell. And if you want to do a spellcraft check, I can give you some kind of information on what you think he's doing here.
Okay. Oof.
Well, you can only fail on a 20 for a spellcraft check. That's impressive.
Yeah, kind of.
That you feel like he is casting a spell that might be familiar to you. I think this is a spell probably, maybe if it's not in your spell book, it's one of the bread and butter spells that all wizards would be aware of, and he's casting message.
Oh, well.
So you see him sort of like whispering in his palm of his hand and casting this spell. And
I'll have to disrupt him somehow.
So let's do some rolls here. Let's go ahead and do initiative
I'll
checks.
take. I'm going to take that staff of spellfire and fire it at him.
Here, let me make sure. We'll see if it gets done in time or not. We're gonna add everybody to the turn order. Go ahead and there we go. We got our group roll. So who do I have in here twice? I think I got Nod in here twice, maybe. Did I roll yours twice, Nod? Yeah, okay. I got you in there twice. Okay. And so I guess if you've rolled them separate, go ahead and roll. You can roll yours separate too, Bart, and we'll see.
Can I guess can I just roll a 10? I guess I'm not sure what
Yeah,
he's gonna
yeah,
do
you can
yet.
just be a 10. You can just sort of move yourself to the end. All right, so I'm
There
gonna
you go. Yeah.
roll the creatures. This is the creatures. All right, so it's going to. Let me add this as a turn.
Plus it's spell time.
Yeah, which is short, but it's still there. Okay. So
Roll
it
a
will go
one.
last, basically, in this situation. So, Kurza, you may go first.
Well, let's do a staff of spellfire. I can't really move much, so I'm hoping I get a bonus of some kind. But
We can switch to the other view, but since it's frozen in this cage, if you guys want to just describe if you're moving around the room, we'll assume what's happening with your token. And if the situation changes, we'll switch back to the map. All right, so that will fortunately miss this thing. You do have a +2
and I will tell
to
it
your rolls here.
none of those spell casting, or we'll
Yeah.
have to stop you.
All right, so you want to make a
Squish you,
charisma
actually,
check
would be
on
a better
the.
term.
You can make a charisma check on that to see if that gets his attention. The fact that you're warning him, swinging at him, that type of thing. We'll see if how that registers.
Yeah, it's kind of like do that again, and we're gonna squish you.
Charisma check. Okay, all right, on the button. So yeah, I think it's paying attention to you. But that being said, it's Nod's turn next, I believe.
I'm assuming it's still kind of waving its fingers and chanting.
Right, it hasn't been disrupted or anything, so it didn't suddenly stop.
Yeah. Then I will go ahead and begin to unleash some darts onto it.
Yikes. Okay.
Mm,
What's your dart speed here?
2. I rolled a 6 plus the 2 of the speed.
Oh, okay.
and
Okay, I missed that. Okay. Just want to double check because this will matter. Okay, so
Yep.
this will hit. Well, they will all hit this thing. Yeah, all 3 of those will hit this thing. All right, so you can roll your regular damage, I believe. Let's see.
Small. Correct? Small,
Yeah.
and critical small. Well, maybe I can roll on the table. That's always the fun. Critical hit roll.
Oh, you broke something,
The cage.
or his arm.
1 second here. I'm just reading up something on this real quick.
We watch as it just kind of glances off his hide, and
I'm pretty sure we did some damage, but
the
whether it's
question is
enough,
if
I
it's.
don't know.
Yeah, the question is if it's
I would
if it's immune to non-magical.
in this case, you will go ahead and strike the cage with that one. And let's see. And I'm going to roll a savings throw for the cage here. Let's see. Looks like, in this case, it looks like the cage will break. So one of the bars for the cage is going to break from a solid crack of one of these darts. Nonetheless, you've done how much cumulative damage here did you do?
20, 36, 37.
Okay.
Well, Sireni would want to go too.
All right. So I just want to double check. It will be dead.
Oh my!
It will be dead.
We warned it. We warned it.
Yes.
Yep.
So it will. The shots will ring out and quickly put this thing down. So it will just lay limp inside of the cage. I can't black out its eyes, but it's dead.
This shattered cage that it was in.
Yeah, and one of the bars is completely shattered, which is probably a good thing that it's dead because it could have fled the cage after that. It would have been enough for it to get out. And so yeah, so
poke it and make sure it's dead.
you may, and you can take a closer look at this thing. This is actually, all of you will be able to take a look at this, and I think you can come to the conclusion that this appears to be a homunculus, which the wizards amongst you might know are usually connected to a wizard who summons it and uses it similar to a familiar, but more of a not as intimate of a connection as a familiar, but similar in some ways. So those might be some red flags for you, Kurza, that you would be thinking about, that the wizard who made this
I think we might just have summoned the Lich
might
by
know
killing it.
we're here. Right, exactly. That would
Right.
dawn on you.
And we've killed his pet.
You've announced
I think
yourself.
Yeah.
in lieu of this, Bart might, if he's got time at this point, cast a detect magic and start scanning the room quickly.
Okay.
Good move.
Yep.
I guess I'll do that.
One turn, so it's like 10 minutes.
Okay. So you
Or is
do
it 1
find strewn amongst this litter and decay that there is a potion.
Do you want me to roll the percentile for sphere magic?
What is that, dude? That's the
10% chance per level to just determine or know the sphere of magic of something that's found. So yeah, like 60%, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
Cannot be defined. Yeah, okay, so nope, failed that one.
What level are you again? 6 or 7?
6.
Okay.
Next level I would
Well-
have passed that. But yeah.
The items that it indicated were used in the last creation or experiment, so to speak. I want to take those. If they're not
Okay.
here.
All right, you can do that. You can gather all of the specific things he was pointing at. There were a couple flasks. If you want to throw these things into your bag or somewhere else, you can do that.
Are they flammable?
No, none of the things seem to be flammable that you're handling.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to let's just pour them out.
All right. So yeah, you can pour things out amongst the litter that's already in here. It's probably looks better after having done that. But the other thing that you had found the potion, right? And then I think just for the most part, the gear in here is still in good condition. Like it could all be used. It's just very haphazardly scattered about, and almost as if they do the experiment and then leave and then come back and do another experiment. Layers and layers of that kind of activity in here, more than the fact that it's decayed matter or anything like that. So it's an experiment room. This homunculus probably saw quite a few things unfold in here, but other than the potion, nothing else really pops out.
Okay. And we'll add potion from homunculus room to my sheet.
And we'll do the oopsie doopsie with the bottles he was using.
All right. So
I
after
guess we should
having
leave.
scattered things, I'll bring you guys back to the map so you can think about your bigger picture here, direction. You are here, and the chamber was here where you could ascend into the upper chamber. You'll remember there was an aura there that you were able to step into. It sended you up and into the tower section above. But so that was one of the things. I'm not sure what all you guys might have been thinking. I know that the group makeup last session seemed to want to try to go straight there, and maybe that's changed. I don't know. So I just want to lay out where you are.
Well, I don't think there's enough of us here to take on a Lich. I mean, the last time
Oh man,
I
was
don't
this.
want-
I mean, that would have been just
right,
too
exactly.
easy. That would have been too. Yeah, that I would agree with you. I would agree with you on that for sure.
So I think it's time we leave this room.
Should probably find a less bothered space.
So you still have Tornuk with you, and Sireni is with you as well. So
Yeah.
I think this is correct. I think it's the 5 of you basically that I'm gonna be honing in on. As so, who wants to lead the way here out of the room? And is there any discussion that you all want to have before you exit?
Where would you like to go? If we're trying to leave here quickly, let's make a quick decision. Across the hall, to the left, like over at 9A, I think that is, or 9B.
Where's 9A or B?
The left side of the map.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, just well, I'm also thinking that the center is going to be where plausibly it might come down from, right? That's towards the top.
Yeah, I
Also
was
towards
kind
the
of
down.
thinking that too.
If we go to the right, well, I'm inclined to believe that's where the brain sucker is.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Maybe we take a left here and go up this way and around and maybe do something in this area. I don't know what this is right here.
I guess Nod will lead the
Another
way.
critter?
He using the gem of seeing to lead first, just to make sure nothing's there in front of him and corners
Okay.
and such.
Okay.
Have Tornuk carry the back.
Okay. So, as you step out here, you guys are sandwiched by minotaurs. Probably feeling pretty safe, relatively safe with that setup with this group, I think. And Nod, you peek out into the hallway here. It seems undisturbed from when you left it last. You guys closed this door, I believe, to hold
Sure.
yourselves up a little bit. So
The door here?
there is a door straight across the hall, and there is a door to the west. The door to the west leads to the council chamber where the 14, right?
Yeah, let's go this way to the east and take the north course around.
All right, so you guys will head out into the hallway and make your way east, due east, back towards the doorway. I believe you would have closed these doors, so these double doors are closed when you arrive at those.
Where's Adam?
Oh, sorry, I was in the doorway. I'm trapped there. Keep closing the door. Oh, there we go. All right.
And that does happen. There we go. Sorry. All right.
Yeah, that's all right.
All the doors are trapped. So, all right. The party makes their way out
Remember,
here.
I think they are. They were trapped, right?
And yeah,
they
once
were.
again, I get to this.
Yeah, they were. So you can go ahead and recheck them if that's your intent. But this door here, if you do open that, again leads to the hallway that is undisturbed from the last time you were in it, essentially.
Did we block this door?
Which one?
This one across into the 9C and D area.
To
I
the
thought
seat.
we blocked it somehow.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
You did. Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point. Well, wait, into 9, the ones that go into
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
You did
We
try
did
to tie
something,
them
didn't we?
off. I think you had done a rope. Someone had used a rope to tie the door handles together, and you had wedged some things to try to slow the doors. So yeah, I believe you would have to undo some of that. At this
Let's
point,
go
it's
up this way.
not been undone. So
I don't
Yeah,
think we
when-
want to go in there though.
When we get to the corner again, I'll check through the gem of seeing, like down each hallway, just to make sure nothing's there, and maybe even behind us, just to double check.
all right, so as you make your way, you can go ahead and make a couple of your rolls here. Nod for smell. You can try your move silently and your hide shadows too.
Yeah, again, when we get to the corner, I want to also to try to look through the gem of seeing around.
Yeah.
Again, like almost a complete 360.
All right, so we'll move you guys up. We'll move you up to like around that area. If you guys want to follow Nod north. All right. You make your way up to here, Nod, where you want to do a detect noise check. So there's noise. You guys all would hear some footsteps coming, but I think one of the problems is you're having a hard time determining which direction they're coming from because of the shape of this corridor. They're echoing. Sounds like they're coming from front of you and behind you right now. So it doesn't, but they're They don't seem terribly far, the footsteps. So whichever direction they're coming, you're pretty sure you'll probably see what's connected to them if you stay still. Do you head back or do you go move forward as okay, you move forward? Okay. You zoom out here. All right, so you make your way to the top of the northern part here of the tower. This is where, and let me just find the, oops. I'm gonna kind of move you into this one for a second. And Nod, you would be the first one, obviously, at the front of the pack here. You can do another round of checks here to detect what you can, and I'll give you a little bit more based on that. Okay. I'm looking for it here. Where is it? All right. I think I found it. So down the hallway, Nod, a considerable ways, you see a figure. Appears to be something that's standing, holding a long sword and wearing a suit of armor, and it is walking directly in your direction at this point. Based on your recent roll, you might not feel the best about your current position. You might feel a little bit exposed and seen, but otherwise, this thing gives you more of a feeling, a little bit of a chill feeling of undead.
I feel maybe feeling with that feeling of the jig is up. I might call back to Bart. Bart, it's your time to shine, undead.
Yeah, Bart'll fumble for this unfamiliar necklace that gives him these strange powers that he's not accustomed to, but have turned out to be useful.
They have. Think of all of the good they could have done before, all the times before you got it that it could have been. So it's good that you do have it now.
He pauses for a moment just to mentally say apology to Lyra for reaching out to a different god in this moment of need.
Think she would be understanding given the circumstances. So you may pull this out, and it is also a god that is aligned with Lyra. It aligns well with Lyra. So the ancient gods have a different relationship to the active gods too, which in this case actually does benefit your group with some of the deities you follow. But in this case, this creature has some significant presence. So I think you have to make a roll to see what your turn undead does, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, I thought I had some of the. Okay, Seychelles pendant as level +2. Standard rolls. I don't know if I've fussed with this table a whole lot yet.
I want to say you're like a level 8. It casts as like a level 8 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, or 10, one or the other. And
yeah,
should have a table basically that aligns
Yeah,
hit dice to it. I need to probably add that in here as something you guys can click on.
it's
like
on the character sheet. It's
Yeah,
after
there's
rogue or before proficiency.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
on
okay.
that table,
There's
if you do a turn attempt
turn.
at the bottom, the little dice with the turn attempt, should
so
be-
yeah.
And a D20.
yeah, or
I
you can
don't know
do a
if it's
D20 and the
gonna-
table's right here in front of me, and I can.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's
You roll
gonna.
of 10, and you are level 8, so
So
it
I
is
don't think
7 hit dice, 7 hit dice or modifier.
Well, okay, yeah.
The table
that
tells
sounds
you
right.
the
Thank
level
you.
of the priest
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
And then
sounds
on the
right.
left, it tells you comparatively.
That's
So-
actually should be a pretty good roll.
So your
Okay.
attempt here, then I think with a 10 is what gives you the hit dice of, again, was that 7? So
7 hit dice.
yeah, you feel this channeling power
10.
again that you've tapped into probably only a handful of times at this point, Bart. But as you start to feel that sensation of tapping into this holy energy to repel the undead energy and necromantic energy, this one feels more powerful than your amulet is capable of turning, and it pushes through
Hmm.
despite your attempt. So I think we're
I
officially in
mean,
turns here.
I'll turn to Nod and say, best we try fire, perhaps.
Yeah, that's
Kurza?
let's go ahead and do the initiative here. I'm gonna add you guys in 1 second. Actually, I'll just yeah, give me 1 second. Where were we? Here we go. All right, I think we have you now, and we can add you into the turn order. Or did I already mess that up? I think I messed that up. I think you guys already rolled, didn't you? Let's see. Oh no, okay. There we go. Let's see, I think
Yeah, I'm not quite in yet. I was trying to debate on what I'm doing. I
Right.
think the old reliable is the way.
old reliable. Always go with old reliable. All right. Bart, are you
Yeah, I think we're gonna throw the hammer out. That
okay, you're going straight to
didn't
the
roll well
spiritual
for
hammer.
initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I might as well flip this book open here. All right. There's good news and bad news. This thing can't probably get a an attack off. We'll see. Let me see what its movement is. 12. Okay, well, I'll take it back. The bad news is it can get here. I guess in this case, it is going to get an attack off. So it's going to charge you down the hall here and appear
Little red
in.
eyes.
This thing will look familiar to you. This was a foe that you fought before. Some of you, I believe most of you, fought this, and this was a Death Knight. So this was a significant battle that you had fought with this thing before, as it comes down the hall leering at you, wearing this ancient armor of Seychelles that's been repurposed by the powers that be. So it's got definitely a malcontent look, and I need to add its weapon speed, so it actually goes after Nod. So Nod, you're gonna go first here.
Oh, well, I attempted to throw my hammer at it. We were bringing the hammer down.
Oh, and we will hit it with that shot and do 12 points of damage. Okay. All right.
Nice.
12 points. Perfect. All right. Now we've got the knight itself. So it is going to now target you guys. I think, to be fair, let me ask you, what are the others doing? Is Tornuk in this scene? Are the others, is everyone a part of this battle?
Only from the back.
Well, if they're gonna contribute in any way, they're gonna be in the battle. That's what I'm trying to say. So if Tornuk's gonna battle, which I'm imagining he would, let me get him added here so that we can benefit from that. Where did I last leave Tornuk? And then we've got Sireni. Okay, so Sireni and Tornuk I'll bring over. Those are the two that you'll have to manage here. Just if you want them out of harm's way, I understand, or if you want them in the front, I understand. But
I see no point in keeping Sireni in harm's way at all.
okay, so
I
here
mean, if she
they
does
are.
anything, it'll just be a matter of a magic missile from way back.
All right, let me get them
She
in
can watch our
the.
back, so to speak.
Yeah, I'll get them
Yeah,
in the turn
I
order
tried to
anyway.
roll for Tornuk, but he wasn't. There's no quote unquote token for him. Says roll 20.
Let's see. Let me make sure.
There's no valid tokens was selected. I can't select the.
See if you can click on him on this screen now.
I can't. Yeah, I can't select him on this screen. I just have access to his token. I guess not this version.
That's weird. Let me check his character sheet, see why you can't open it.
Oh, worst case, I can just drag his little token out over here and then use that, right?
Oh, you're right. No, it's me. Never mind. It's mine fault. Let me get you. All right, try that. See if that. You've got it fixed either way.
Well, yeah, I'll get it correct though this time, I believe. There we go.
All right. So what did Tornuk plan on doing?
Oh, he
for
was
adding.
using old reliable too. Since he
Okay.
got his new battle axe, it seems to be doing well for him. He's going to continue,
What's
I
his
guess, battle axing.
what's his
He
where's that
will
put
take
him?
the front.
Okay. And then he's gonna be what with his weapon speed? Where will he actually go?
It should have rolled it
Oh, you already
completely. I
got it.
rolled
I'm
a
sorry.
2 for
Okay.
initiative, right? And then
I
5 for
see
the
it
weapon
now. I
speed,
was
and
I
then
was
there's a
sitting
plus
there
1 in
thinking,
there from something.
you've got it. You've got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
All right. So, all right then Tornuk, you can go ahead and then catch up and do Tornuk's attack here.
Yeah, again, he would probably move up to the front and engage it, and he gets 2 attacks. Yeah.
All right. Here's the bad news. Those are gonna miss. All right. Then I believe it is Sireni's turn. So that's
Oof.
where Kurza, you can decide.
Well, she does nothing. Backs away.
All right. Perfect. Perfect. Yep. And all right, this thing is then gonna go ahead and lay out its target on who its target is, and now it's got 4 targets, as only one is really gonna be difficult for him to get to. So the 4 of you would be in that order, with Tornuk being 1 and Nod being 4, will be the potential targets here. Sorry, Bart.
Here we go. Big old AC, if I
Let's
recall.
see. AC 8. Good.
I'm
Right.
assuming that's if you don't roll a 1, that's going to hit. So
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Hmm.
Let me see how I can get this
yeah, with just the
connected.
bracers and my robes, that's all I got.
All right, so this is. It will definitely hit you, and I think the good news is it's not a critical hit, and it is using a two-handed sword actually. And this
Start the bad news.
sword, yeah, the bad news is coming here. So I think the damage roll is a D10. You're a medium-sized creature, so this is a D10 plus 3, if that's right. I think so. All right, this will do 9 points of damage. Oh, I'm sorry, it will do plus 3 to that, so it's 12 points of damage. Yep.
All right.
And 1 second.
Definitely hurts.
Oh, can someone roll a D6 for me?
I'll leave that up to someone else to decide my fate.
So it turns out too, it wouldn't have mattered what you rolled on the turn attempt. It wouldn't have been turnable. Wow.
Great fun.
All right. So in this case, it's really just starting with that. There's not going to be anything else, so it's going to be Kurza's turn. I just want to double check some things while after it had hit you. But go ahead, Kurza. You're next.
Okay. I guess we're going to have to go with the good old magic missile
All
for
right.
12 points.
12 points of damage more.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's see. So, okay, got it. Got it. Yeah, the burst of some magic missiles would light up the chamber. It'd probably be bright for just a split second, but they'll go back to being dark again. And I think it is Bart next.
Yeah, if he can still get out his hammer, he'd probably stumble backwards from that blow, if nothing else. And then toss out. Let's see if I can find it. Oop.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I put it someplace. Yeah, there we go. Toss that out towards his
I love it.
presence.
All right. So
Let's see, ranged. Roll to hit.
there you go. That's a hit.
Oh, nice.
You have to hit. Yeah, you need your Thaco to hit this thing. So that's the giveaway. But
Yeah,
that's the bad news.
I think the roll is what saved. Yeah,
The
I
roll
rolled an
saved
18.
you.
That's
Yeah.
not going to happen a whole lot. Yeah.
Take it while you can.
Well, it did all right. So that's 5 points of damage to clunk, make a
Okay.
ringing sound off of his helmet, maybe.
Boing.
For it bounced off.
All right. So it is then, I believe, Tornuk's turn. If we're back, yeah, I think we're back.
There we go. Sorry, I was muted. There we go. Tornuk is going to keep on swinging with his battle axe, trying to get in the way and again trying to position himself in front. Oof. Not his new battle axe.
Oh, yeah. I think it's saying that you basically dropped it and you're gonna have to regrip it, so you're gonna lose an attack. Believe that's what that means. I don't think I've seen that one before. That must be a very like small outcome because I don't think I've seen that one. All right, so given that, I think that's Sireni next. Chris, anything you want Sireni doing, just staying way back?
Just standing back,
Okay.
watching behind us, see if anything's coming the other way.
All right, so that means we're back to the Death Knight. So one of the things I need to catch up on is, and this is really more from the perspective of the overhead view map, but those of you that are within melee striking distance of this thing, which it's right up on all of you, so everybody except for Sireni is essentially within 5 to 10 feet of the Death Knight, and so 2 of you would be within 5 feet, and let's say the 2 of you would be 10 feet away. So I'm gonna say it's Tornuk and Kurza who are the closest, and Tornuk and Kurza both need to make a roll against, I guess it's a safer spell, and this is just basically it's a fear effect. So if you do have a fear bonus,
Oh, that's not gonna help.
but otherwise you can, yeah.
He has a +3, but yeah,
Okay.
it's not going to help him.
Okay.
I mean, we do have fortunes.
Yeah.
Don't know if we're wasting it on Tornuk though.
Well, there we go.
Do we want Tornuk to run away in fear? I'm assuming, or should we let him do an astonishing fortune to not run away in fear?
Try the astonishing fortune.
Yeah, I'm leaving it to a group because again, it's an NPC.
He
doesn't
others,
matter.
Yeah, the
Quote,
others, I forgot to mention. So everyone's gonna make the roll actually here, but the rest of you will have a bonus to your roll.
Oh.
But those of you who are already close. Okay, so Nod is fine. Kurza, it looks like, and Tornuk
I'm
are
going to fail.
currently going to be affected by the fear here. You want to roll for Sireni? We'll see if how far away is she. Let me ask you that question. How far away would you have ordered her to be your?
Minimum 20 foot, maybe 30.
That's kind of like right in between the area of effect. So I'm gonna say she needs to roll it as well. And looks like Nod's good. Bart, you need to roll. There we go. Or there's Sireni. So Sireni fails.
For spell, yep.
Bart's good. Okay, so Sireni's feeling the fear effect, and she basically will flee in panic. For Tornuk and Kurza,
Me too.
you guys can make a wisdom check to see whether or not you drop your hand, anything held in your hands. So Tornuk will drop his weapon as he flees, is what that will mean. Kurza will drop whatever is in his hand as he flees as well. So it's a yard sale here at the tower this evening, as both Tornuk and Kurza are going to try to make their way back. I'm going to move them a little further back now just to denote that they are now basically, you guys are going to be compelled to flee. It is Kurza's, or I'm sorry, it's the Death Knight's turn though still. That is just the effect that it gets from being within proximity to it. And so in this case, it still has 4 of you that it could step forward to and attack. I'm going to use the same formula we used last time and roll a d4. This time it's Tornuk. So you guys might not be terribly saddened by that result if there was going to be one. But let me just double check what's going to happen here to our friend. So he is going to apparently be casting a spell instead of swinging his sword. And it appears to target Tornuk. What is Tornuk's current hit point situation?
56 out of 56.
56 out of 56. Okay. All right. So you feel a very negative energy enter the hallway as this thing raises its hand towards Tornuk and casts some type of chant. And from that, you feel this dark beam kind of connecting the knight to Tornuk as you see Tornuk, who unfortunately will not get a saving throw for this. He will fall over, slumped dead on the ground. So he is horizontal at the moment. Kurza will be next. And Kurza, you are fleeing because you are feeling the effects of this. I think you'll get another attempt to save after you've moved away from the 30 foot. So basically this turn will be you getting 30 feet away and then rolling to see if you save at the end of your turn. So you're running off. I'm going to move you like towards Sireni, and you can roll a save versus spell to see if the fear effect still grips you. And it does still grip you. So you are still feeling compelled to withdraw, and you are further down the hallway now. So Bart would be the next here to go.
Yeah, Bart's not feeling great. He might, in a bit of a retreating stance, kind of looking to see where his fellows are running to, utter the words of a command spell as he does this.
Oh, okay. That's a fair counter spell. Yeah.
So yeah, he might just call out the words "halt" to him, and try and skitter back as far away from him as he can get.
Excellent. So I think he gets a savings throw. You can save or spell here,
Yeah,
Kurza.
if he's 6 hit dice or more, or 13 intelligence or higher, definitely a saving throw.
He fails, so that's which means that he will listen to your command, and your command is for him to halt. So, Kurza, as you're feeling compelled to run, suddenly you feel compelled to stop, and you're being toyed with almost right now by various magics. So,
Wait a minute.
all right, you're not. Well, the good news is you wouldn't be that far away now. You wouldn't be as far away. So Bart's saving you some distance from the party, because if you start fleeing off into your own, obviously that presents a whole other set of risks. I think that we should pause here, take our quick mid-session break, and we'll come back and figure out what you all are going to do here. I think that will hold the suspense for after our break.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Come on. Get out of here. Go to bed.
All right. I think all right, let me know if you're able to hear like this sound. I'm gonna try to play a sound through here. Let me know if this comes through or not. Did anything come through the? Probably not.
On Discord or on Roll20?
Yeah, I think it's on Discord. No,
Yeah.
no sounds. What's that?
I heard a thump.
A thump.
Yeah, kind of.
Let's see. I'll try this one. Maybe it's really low, or it's not coming through at all. It seems like it's lighting up. I was hoping this would work. Here's a longer one. I'll play one. Maybe if this doesn't show up, then none of them will show up. Yeah, it's funny. OBS picks it up, but for some reason Discord's having trouble.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. At least we don't have echo. All right.
I will say, out of a lot of programs I try and use, Discord seems to mess with like all of my audio and video settings more than anything else.
Yeah, I had to put it on like studio mode where it's just straight through, because Discord really botches it. Like any audio handling, it's not very good at. But all right, we are back in the hallway, and we are staring down a situation where I believe we're at the top of the order, and our friend Tornuk has perished from a spell cast upon it by the Death Knight, and so he will at this point be skipped by, and it will be Nod's turn. I think it's muted. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, I don't hear.
How about now?
Okay.
Testing?
Yeah. There you are.
Okay. Nod would feel bad for Tornuk, or a little obligated to Tornuk. And probably, like, draw his long sword and begin to charge towards this thing.
All right. Go for it.
Ooh.
Wow. All right. That was a
Okay.
good time for a 20. This is for Tornuk. Oh my goodness. All right. So you might want to actually use your thing here, but
Oh,
look at this. You might want to use your
I
fortune on
don't
this
think
roll.
it's. Yeah. Yeah, this roll. Oh, let's give it the die 20.
So it's gonna do
only
three.
triple
It's
damage.
gonna do triple damage
What you think, Astonishing Fortune that, or?
for a 10% instant kill, right? Or is it 18 to 20? Is more than that.
15%.
It can't get
15%.
any worse. It can't get any
15%
worse.
for a
Yeah.
15%
true.
lethal kill on this thing. It's kind of, I don't mean to speak for you, but it is crazy.
Um,
That's a crazy
Any
good.
any complaints?
Go for it.
Okay. Uno mas. Ooh,
16. So you did 4 damage.
it's
You went up
better.
a ladder. You went up the ladder. That's good. You didn't waste it. You got quad damage on
Quadruple
this.
damage.
So let me give you a normal roll, right? And then we will figure it
Yeah.
out from there.
Yeah.
So I'll roll
Oh,
a 5. So it's
19
20 plus 10, 30 plus 2, 32, or yeah, 34 total.
34. Okay. Excellent. All right. Yeah.
34
It's it's
times.
it's a significant strike. Let's call it that. And Nod, you dedicated this to your buddy Tornuk. So what kind of strike did you deliver here in vengeance?
I would definitely say it's going to be like an overhead strike. Like he's bringing his long sword down, like over his shoulder, like down in a slashing motion, a diagonal maybe.
All right.
Aiming for the head, probably this would be one of those, or the neck, the vital area.
Yeah, and it is a significant strike. It stumbles, as if it felt it greatly. Yet it is still upright and continues to engage in battle. So, for the moment, though, you all have taken the momentum back. So Sireni has run down the hall. She's like gone down the hall. She
I'm
could
only
try
slightly
to
behind her.
roll. If go ahead and roll another save or spell for her, and let's see if she decides to. Okay, so she'll be able to stop running in terror and turn around and do whatever it is that you will have her do here. So she can return to get a little closer to where you guys are. Because Kurza, you're 30 feet down from this right now too. She's 30 feet past you. So you guys are far away from the center of this at the moment. But we are back to our Death Knight. And it is going to, I think, first pick its target. And at this point, the targets are thinning out a little bit. So we're going to do even and odd for Bart and Nod. And it's going to be Nod. It's an even one. So, all right. It is actually going to cast interestingly. And I think this is where it's going to matter for us to switch back to the map. So as nice as that is, let's switch back to the map. And there we go. I think we've got things relatively updated. So Kurza's back here. He's about 30 feet away. Sireni is getting back to where he is. Bart and Nod are front and center. This thing is right here. And it is going to cast a spell that will create a sheet of ice will appear, and it will cover the hall, blocking the hallway between where Kurza and Bart and Nod currently are at. The wall of ice will appear there, and it's pretty thick ice, so but you kind of hear like this cracking and thickening as this appears behind you and appears in front of the others in the back. So Kurza, you will be next.
So I'm still halted.
I believe
direction do I have
you shook your fear effect, so you are now free to act as you will.
Okay. I thought I failed the last one. Oh, the last thing I rolled was the halt effect.
Oh, that was, yeah, that's correct. So you're right. You can roll again versus the fear effect. But I think, well, let's see if I think you are within 30 feet. So yeah, go ahead and roll the fear effect still.
Not within 30 feet of him.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. No, I
All right.
failed again.
Yeah, you're still not feeling too good about this. So you're more in flight mode, not fight mode. So you may withdraw further. Of course, like Sireni's confused. Yeah, like she's confused. Like, you just told me to come back here, and now you're running this way. What do you do? You know, so you guys are like down here whispering in this hallway as the battle is taking place up ahead here. So, Bart, you would be the next to act here.
Bart's gonna try and step up behind Nod and cast a spell.
Oh, did your weapon, your spiritual hammer, continue? Is that a continuation thing?
I think it's around. I don't think it requires focus, but I haven't commanded it to do anything.
Right. Well, I
as
just
far
wanted
as
to
I
make
know.
sure you didn't forget it. It's here. I didn't bring it over.
Yeah. Oh, I can drop another one if I need to, but I think I'm gonna cast Protection from Evil on Nod to try and tilt the odds a little bit.
Okay. Let's see what. Just double check this. Excellent. Okay, that's huge. And second, it'll prevent charm spells, which I would imagine sleep and those types of things. Fear a little bit. Third, prevents bodily contact from conjured. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting one right there, given some of the things you've seen today already. So, yeah, Nod, you feel this overwhelming protection from evil bestowed upon you from your friend. As I guess, is this a touch effect, or yeah, it is. So he would touch you.
Yeah, it's a touch.
Yeah. So he would touch you, and you would feel that phenomenon overwhelm you, and I think
May the mist surround you. Yes.
Yeah, maybe that's the feeling, right? A little bit of the mist comes into your vision, but it's you feel a little safer for whatever reason, and maybe more emboldened. So we'll go into the next turn. If anyone's going to change what they're doing, go ahead and adjust your turn order. Feel free to do that. And
I think it's blinked out when you move back to this the overhead map. At least the turn order is for me.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let me.
Yeah, we can't see the turn order because it's changed.
I got you. Let me recreate this. So
It's too big. I don't know if I can make it smaller though.
10. No, it was 8. All right, and then Kurza, I need to add.
So I pulled the hammer out here. If you're able to shrink it, I can't change the size of it on here.
There you go.
There it is. Cool.
And
Floating around.
do you see yourselves in the turn order now?
Yes.
All right, then who do you see at the top of the turn order right now?
Nod, I believe.
Okay, just want to double check.
Still see Skeleton
So
Guy at
this
0.
guy's 10. He should be at 10.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. We're
Yeah.
back. So, Nod, then you may go first.
I don't think his wall of ice is going to deter Nod from going at it again. Ooh.
I will admit.
Say we do have a
see
14. Are we gonna
two.
we moving on? I rolled a 10. Yeah, I rolled a
So
10.
Like
Not a bad
50.
chance.
you've got a
I have to roll what, like a 40%? 40% chance to hit
yeah.
with a reroll.
Any you have 2 left or
objections?
1 left, right? You just have the 1 left.
Should be 2.
Or 2. Okay, yeah. You just use the 1.
Wait, did we? Yeah, we re-rolled the 1 crit. I know I re-rolled it on a crit.
Yeah.
I don't believe we used another one so far.
Yeah. All right. So
Alright.
So
if you want to, he's putting that up to a vote. It looks like he wants to go ahead and spend it, and there's no opposition. So
Yeah.
go for it. You have like you said, you have about a 40% chance. I think a 12 or better or something like that would. Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
See, look at that.
It's a good thing we paused on that and insisted.
Something about the latency to your neck of the woods and the randomness of the algorithm is giving you all the 20s tonight. So
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get to that table. Critical hit.
Severe wound in addition to damage. So they're going to take, so you can roll your double damage, and then in this case they will take this in addition. Let me know what that boils down to for you. And
Well, it comes. Yeah, I just rolled a crit, which it rolls the 2d8.
okay, so it got
Didn't
it.
turn out well, but yeah.
I got it. Okay. Let me switch back. I left my notes on the other screen.
But is it enough to take it out? That's the real question.
And then, oh well, we also get additional 1d4, additional 2 damage, so 20 total. If he's bleeding, I'm not sure how undead it's bleeding, but the bloodthirster is
Yeah,
thirsty.
I hear you. Okay, so all right. The total then was all right.
20.
All right. So it will look extremely haggard after this hit, Nod, and kind of looking. If it's ever looked weakened, it looks weak now, but it is still somehow on its feet, and but it's taken a significant shot here, and it will continue to take some persistent damage as you rolled there going forward. I assume that's like you said, it's not necessarily bleeding out as much as it is just anytime it moves, it's making its injuries worse. So it's in bad shape at the moment. It's probably structurally there because the armor is holding it up more than anything else. So let's cut over to the knight. All right, I think I'm going to take a path with this thing where it is going to step back and it is going to cast another spell.
Oh my.
And this time it is going to create a second wall of ice in front of it, between it and Nod and Bart. So they are now in a little bit of a refrigerator between two sheets of ice. But Kurza, you don't really know that. You know they're behind one sheet of ice at the moment, but you're still feeling that fear effect. So you can roll. Actually, at this point, you're out of the 30-foot range. So I don't think. I think you because you failed, you have to roll, but I think you would get a plus. So you can add a +3 to this roll in your favor and see if you can shake for the fear. Yes, for first spell.
Okay. Does the +1 ring of protection give me anything either?
Yeah, it gives you another
It
plus.
should give you +1 to. Yeah.
Okay. It's
Okay.
just barely.
Wow, you did. You just scratched by. Okay, you do fight the urge of fear off then. It takes everything you've got to fight it away, and yet are stopped here in the hallway between the doorway and the ice. So you can still
So I can get up
act.
to here?
You could travel 30 feet. You could get all the way to the ice. You just won't be able to do anything, or you could go halfway and do something.
I think I was thinking about that. I figured I'd just take out a flask of oil. And, well, if I don't have any actions left this round.
Yeah, it's
Which
either
is
run
what
up
you're
to the
talking
ice
about.
wall or run halfway, go halfway, and then maybe prepare or do something.
To the ice wall then?
Okay. All right. Yeah, you get up to that wall. It's fairly thick. You probably would at that point in time maybe hear a little murmuring, but nothing else would be noticeable. Is Sireni following you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And Bart is next.
I think just out of instinct and just adrenaline, he's probably going to have the hammer try and smash the ice wall that he put up in front of us.
That's pretty cool. Yes, go for it.
Let's just do a hit roll. I don't know how hard it is to hit an ice wall, but
That's a good question. What is
It's not
the
a
AC of an ice wall? I mean, it's just more a matter of do you hit it hard enough to crack it or break it more than it is to strike it.
right.
Maybe the strike could hit the surface at an angle that doesn't do as much, but that's a yeah, good question.
Yep.
The AC of the wall is, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, so you would just have needed what does it say? Because the target is an object, not a creature, it's versus AC 10. So you have to hit AC 10, and you did.
I did hit a 9, so yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you
just
can go ahead and
roll.
roll. Yeah, you can roll some damage on the wall.
There you go.
Hit points here. I'm just double checking. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you do some damage to this ice wall. I'll keep some track of that. And you see a little bit of chipping from the strike as it comes down on the ice wall and gives it a little bit of a mark. After that, I think it's Nod.
Can I attempt to charge through? Given I might take some damage for like, face first and into a wall, but
Horns first. Horns first.
Yeah, I mean, I think
right. I mean,
it's like,
technically they count as magical weapons, the horns, they do.
yeah, I mean, it's just like
Really?
a strike, It's just the same thing. You're gonna be in with your charge, I believe, right? So you could definitely attempt to do that. And let's see, what does?
Yeah, essentially what I want to attempt to do is charge through to him. And again, it's just questioning if I can do that.
So one of the challenges you're gonna have here is how much speed you can get up in this little space. There's not a lot of running room, and the wall is pretty thick. I know you're strong, but like you definitely wish you had some more. If you had more run up room, that you could probably run through the wall. Like a given like 30 to 60 feet, you feel like you could probably get enough momentum to blast through this thing. But given this short runway, you're probably gonna have to just do like a lean a little bit on your gore attack to crack the wall, and then your strength to push through the crack. So you can roll an attack here on the wall. It's AC 10. That'll hit. And then I think in this case, if you're trying to push through the wall, let's just see how well your strength check rolls. Because I know it's a
Heavy stuck door, lock barred, magical door, or has it been bars lift gates? There's that one, and just for giggles, why not?
yeah, I think it's probably the Ben Bar Lift Gate roll is the one I was thinking, but magically held, because it's not a magically held door. So yeah, I think it falls more in the line of a gate here, which you succeed on. So you can blast through a hole and shatter a small section of the wall here. It's not enough for your whole body to fit through, but it's like enough now that you can reach through it. If you hit it again, you feel like you could open up a much bigger section. But you can see through now, and you can see the feet of the Death Knight about 10 feet away there, still standing on the other side of this wall. So
I guess to be smart, right, before he like just stops his turn, if he couldn't get through, he will sidestep, like not stand directly in front of the hole
yeah,
to be targeted.
that's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah. All right. So it is the Death Knight is as you kind of looked at it, it does step to the side a little bit. So it looks like it's repositioning somewhat and moving, but other than that, it's back to you, Kurza. You're standing at the ice wall.
Like I said, let's take out a little flask of oil and we'll pour it on to the wall and down a little bit and along the bottom and light it.
Okay.
Let's start a fire.
All
It may
right.
take
So
a while for it to burn through, but
yeah, it'll do a little bit of damage. I don't know how well the oil will stick to the ice wall, but it'll at least pool up at the bottom and then burn for a while and
Yeah.
probably start.
I'll slide through. We'll roll through the bottom if the fire stops.
All right. Do you want to? Does it have a damage that it does that we know of? The fire, is it D4,
2d6.
D6, or okay? Is it 2D? Okay,
Yeah, it's
whatever it
usually
was. Yeah,
when you throw something at somebody, it's 2d6. So
2D6. So let's do a 2D6 roll of damage on the wall. See how much it gets through. And okay,
yeah,
so
nice average 7.
it gets about halfway through to where, because it's about a foot thick, and so it gets going a little fire to where it's melting, and I think unfortunately like some of the melting might put some of the fire out, but you get enough of it that it burns about halfway through, you think. So that's good. It's progress.
Okay.
Sireni, anything she's up to?
If she even has anything useful.
She may not. I just offer in case you want her to be, hands or eyes for you. But otherwise, I'll skip to Bart.
What's she have for
Uh,
weapons?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she has. I believe she's using a quarterstaff. Is that right?
Yeah, let's see if she can break the bottom part of the wall, put a hole in it or something with her quarterstaff
Okay.
after it's burned
Yeah, she's
halfway
got a
through.
dagger and quarterstaff. Dagger and quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff, I think, does more
Yeah.
damage.
More bludgeoning damage in this case instead of piercing. So she will miss though.
So she
She's
can't
not gonna
even
do
hit arm class
well.
yet.
Yeah, she doesn't miss, but she's just like, barely just knocks a piece of dust off the wall with that shot. So, but now we'll cut over
Yeah.
to inside of the freezer.
It's still pretty thick.
Yeah, Bart, you hear a little tapping maybe from the outside, from that eastern side, and from the western side.
Yep.
Not much.
Yeah, Bart's just gonna
Any
move up a little
water?
bit so he can maybe look through the hole that the Nod made and hurl his hammer through it after the night.
Oh, your
Um,
your physical hammer or your spiritual hammer?
The spiritual hammer, yeah,
Okay, so the spiritual hammer through
or
the hole. Yeah,
direct it through the
yeah, you can do that. It can go through.
which I can't. I cannot
Move it.
physically
See if
move
you
it
can
through
move
it.
it
But...
back. Move it back just a touch for me here. There you go.
Okay, yeah, now I can see him. Yeah, yeah. So I'll
He
direct it through the opening that Nod made at the night. Yep.
All right. He might be surprised by this. The hammer just squeezes through a hole in the wall and it just comes swinging at him. Unfortunately, it does miss him.
Did not hit, but
All
yeah.
right, but it's through and it's over there and it's causing him. He's gonna have to deal with it. All right, Nod, you are back up, sir.
I think I like the idea of using the hole, right? He'll step back to the hole and begin to maybe throw some darts in there through the hole.
Okay.
It's still visible, right? I'm assuming
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to lay down to do it because the hole is lower than your normal stance, but you can do it, or kneel down, I meant. But you can see enough that you could try to make a throw. I would say, given the circumstance, you're gonna have a -2 to the throw just because you're trying to thread the needle, but that still hits.
That's without any minuses. Yeah, that's without any minuses.
Yeah, and it still
Again,
hits,
without
but
any minuses. Without.
yeah. Yeah, and I think though what you notice, Nod, is that these darts just ricochet off this thing, and that it doesn't seem too affected by them. But you definitely hit it, and you would hear the tink of darts
Ding.
bouncing off this armor and in the hallway. And then also since you're already in that position, you would see the door swing open to the south, and it step through the door and close the door behind it. So it just isn't. You can no longer see its feet through the hole here. And I think we're back to Kurza.
Okay, well, let's see. I guess we're gonna have to use yet another thing of oil.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Though. Let's see.
I mean, you could also continue
I will,
to attack the wall. Basically, you need to get a certain number of hit points off the wall to open a.
I'll load my hands with the oil, light it, and hold it up against the wall to try and pass through and rub it in place, and then keep on pouring on more oil on my hands to make sure we can get a pass through.
So, do a dex check first, and if you pass the dex check, we'll give you a bonus to the attack, and then that way, hopefully, it burns the hole quicker, which I think is your intended effect here. So, you do pass that. Yeah, you do pass that. So you're able to get it in just a way where you can accelerate the melting of the ice if you can hit the ice here with your attack roll.
Yeah. I'm immune to the fire damage, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can play with fire all day. Might be a little unnerving for others to see, but you know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
Just
certain
reaches in the
Sireni
fire
was
and grabs.
a little shocked, yeah.
Yeah.
I wink at her and my
Oh,
turn's over.
yeah. Go ahead. I guess if you guys want to do you want to do her attack roll too, right? So you're attacking it and
Yeah.
she's attacking it.
Might as well.
Yeah. And she's got her quarterstaff, which will okay. Yeah, between the two of you, you start like a small hole between the oil, and her smacking it with the quarterstaff actually opens up a hole big enough that the two of you who aren't that big could squeeze through it. So that
We can crawl
I'm
through.
gonna, yeah, you can squeeze through. I'm gonna take away that light layer, so you should be able to see Nod and Bart now, who are still trapped inside, trying to get out the other side. It appears. So Sireni and you, that's
And Turok's down on the ground, dead.
yeah. Tornuk's down. Yep, you'd see
What a
him,
slide.
and Bart is next.
I guess we saw him. Can Bart see through as well to observe the knight ducking through the door?
Let's see. Yeah, now that you've got the hole in there, I could probably remove this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would see that he's no longer in the hallway.
Yeah, I guess maybe he'd just start to call his hammer back to try and smash the ice down in front of us.
Okay. You can go ahead and do an attack on the wall. Oh no. Yeah,
Apparently
unfortunately,
the
it's just
backwards swing doesn't work as well.
yeah, it's just glancing below off the ice, not hitting it at the right angle. It has no brain. It doesn't know how to hit it at the right angle. It's just turns and swings and just glancing blows off the side. So with that, it is basically out of turn right now. So I'm gonna open it up for you guys to interact. The ice wall remain there, but you're no longer being attacked. So, and you no longer have a target to attack that's visible. So, what would you guys like to do here now? And now that you're back together, at least.
Not
Cross through.
not going to continue bash and kind of yell in anger. It's like, we're gonna kill the bastard.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead and swing at the wall here to chip on through.
Okay.
I will stay out of his way.
That will be a hit. Oops.
Take that wall.
Yeah. So you'll be able to similarly blast through enough that even your size can fit through it. We will have to hunch over, but you can pass through now. So the corridor ahead of you is clear. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no. Who moved forward and kind of encouraged the group to catch up. Was like, hey, let's get him. We can't let Tornuk's death go in vain.
Where'd he go? Down the hall?
Point to the door.
All right.
To the door.
Bart's gonna turn briefly for a moment and kneel down next to Tornuk and cast Gentle Repose on him.
Yes.
And just say, "Stay well, stalwart companion," as he turns to go off, following the others to hunt down the Death Knight.
Or do we stick the dead Minotaur in the bag again?
That's yeah. No, that's
yeah, we could do that.
Whatever you've got to do.
Does time pass in the bag? Yeah. This will last for 6 days. I think this will last for. But
and your casting time is 1 round for this actually. So.
So I'll have to sit down here for a minute and
you'd be behind here while the others are kind of, at least Nod is kind of forging forward. But you hear your friend doing a blessing behind you. Nod, does that give you pause or change your plan?
I don't think so. I think he would still press on.
All
Like,
right.
oh, tell you what, let him get a wisdom. If he fails, he's blind with rage.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, yeah.
What?
Maybe he'll hear the blessing and kind of like pause for a moment, give him a round of casting. It's better
Okay.
to be with the group than without.
All right. All right. I love it. I love it. That's the way to go. So, yeah. So you guys all take a moment here for Bartholomew to bless the corpse and give gentle repose to Tornuk, which will basically preserve him for future revival, should you choose to do that. And given that you'll all have some time. You'll have a full round here to prepare anything or take any other actions, drink spells, heal, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to pop the turn order off for now. Any new turns would be a new initiative roll. So you guys
I'll
are,
pick up my staff again.
yeah, there you go, free to grab your things too. And Tornuk,
Yeah.
I think, had dropped his axe, so he's probably laying right beside his axe even. But anyone else want to take any action, or?
Yeah, we'll I'll kind of see what's going on. Pick up the hammer, probably stuff Tornuk in his battle axe in the bag of holding.
All right, he's back in the bag. The bull's in the bag once
Oh
again.
my.
I'll
Tornuk.
mention that this
A horrible
this
thing.
blessing to sustain him will last for 6 days.
Okay, I'm gonna put a green on him to mark that he's got 6 days. There we go. So he's got 6 days of gentle repose, and he is now in the bag. So I'm gonna move him.
There's nothing more stressful than a countdown timer on a
Yep,
TTRPG map.
that's fair. That's true. All right. So Tornuk is no longer visible. He's been placed once again into the void of the bag, and although he has been blessed by your priest, so the four of you now stand one less in the corridor, and want to give you a chance to take any other actions you want to take here. If you're still sort of in the between the ice walls, so what would you like to do after the blessing and the removal of Tornuk's body?
Nod would encourage and motion towards the doors. We should try to catch up while we still can.
So
Yeah.
He
not
was barely hanging on.
you could do a detect noise, or anyone else that's capable of such a thing could attempt one to figure out maybe what's been going on behind the door. You don't get much from it, Nod. Kurza might have some better information. He listens in, and you do hear Kurza, and even Nod, you hear movement, but I think it's just not distinct enough to you where it's traveling and what the motion is. But for Kurza, you do pick out that the movement goes through the door to the south. You remember the chamber behind this door being the one that held the hourglasses, and that there's a double door across from this that leads to the council chamber. And the movement that you hear, you think that door has opened and closed. Nod, you don't pick that part up, but you guys both confirm something moved through the room.
It
So
might be in the council chamber right now, is what I.
Yeah, so without wanting to lose him, Nod would kind of like motion and begin to open the door. A little
Okay.
bit less on the hesitant side, trying to speed things up.
All right, so
Less cautious.
I'm gonna just move you through this into the hourglass room, and let's see, everyone else following Nod into the area. I'll move you. I just want to make sure no one's like staying behind, so I'll move you guys in.
I think so.
Yeah. So this was, and I believe there is basically like an art for this room was like this, and across the room from you is a doorway, a double door, that is where you heard him run off to. So this was the... Don't have everybody in here. I have to move a couple people, but you get the idea. So it's your... Do you tend to head across to the double door?
Yes.
As well.
Okay. Any... Let's see. Let me have Bart make a wisdom check as you run through here. All right, so Bart, you're following everybody's full steam ahead, vengeance for Tornuk on their mind after laying him to rest and forging ahead. You do peek out of the corner of your eye to check on these hourglasses, and you notice that most of them, when you were here before, they were in various states of their pour, if you will, and now it feels like many of them are running low or on the sand that was in them, whereas before it seemed like there was a lot more sand in them. So it's just like a peculiar thing that you notice as you run through the room. Again, you don't get a whole lot of time to sit there and figure out what that means or how much is in each one or anything, but
Sure.
it's just noticeable that there's fewer sand. And you do run through, or at least to the door on the other side, and that door is closed. So Nod, what's your plan with that door?
Closes and locked. If it's
Okay.
not locked, then
I'll
he
listen.
intends just to go through.
It's Kurza's gonna... Looks like Kurza's gonna try to listen, and he doesn't pick up any noise. And then you want to push it open.
Yeah, Nod will, again, not... He's more on the action instead of the caution side at the moment.
Yeah. All right. So you guys do that when the door pushes open. There's a few things. There's inside of the room, because the door will open, there's a couple of figures that you see like in the wall, like in the corners, and you remember now that there used to be these warding helmed horrors that were patrolling in here, and it seems like they are here again. So that might be like the very first thing. But let's see. But hang on a second. And I should probably move us to the map real quick, just so that you guys can see where we're advancing to. So you guys are here. This door is now opened, and you will see the Death Knight standing towards the center of this chamber. Let's see.
I will
Sorry,
mention, just because I was
Oh, go ahead.
checking out the duration, I think the protections from evil had 18 rounds based on my level at this point, so I don't know if that's still in effect on Nod.
It would be. It's worth mentioning. Okay, so when you come through this door, and I'll give you guys another chance here to roll. Let me move you through the doorway into just the doorway, essentially. And you guys can do wisdom checks, please. All right, so those of you that have passed your wisdom checks, which looks like you all have, you'll notice that it looks like our friend is casting a spell. Doesn't look like he's looking in your direction, though, at the moment, but he looks like he's caught up in casting a spell. And then the other thing that you notice is that there appears to be a rune glowing on the wall nearby as well. So let me kind of move us over. I don't know if the council chamber is ready. One second.
I do a spellcraft to see what he's casting.
Yeah, 1 second here. I'm just moving him over.
I guess, is what he's casting right now involve him speaking with verbal components?
Yeah, he has a verbal component. All right, yeah, so for your spellcraft, if you want to do your spellcraft check, Chris, you can determine or at least hone in on what he looks like he might be doing. Okay, so to set this scene, you've got the 4 suits of armor, 1 in each corner, 2 to the north, 2 to the south, and then in the center of the space is the Death Knight, who I'm looking for there he is. And he is chanting something which it looks like to you, Kurza, that he's casting a levitation spell, potentially. Again, because it's a low-level spell, it's pretty easy to identify, but that's it. So you guys can go ahead and roll initiative here. We're back basically in a new situation with a couple of new targets. And I'll move a couple of them on here as well. So these will animate. As you enter the room, they were probably dark, and then I think, again, as you enter and come through past that ward particularly, you'll kind of see them trigger, and these two that are closest will be the first to go, or at least the first to charge towards you. So let me clear. Oh geez, what do we got here? 7, 9, okay. Alright, so let me get their initiatives. 5, 8. Alright, I think we got it. So I think Bart, if we've got this correct, I think Bart would be the first to act as these things are lit up now and looking at you.
Yeah. Art's trying to cast silent 15-foot radius on the stone underneath the Death Knight.
Oh, great idea.
So it would be centered underneath him, not trying to affect him directly, but affect the space that he's currently in.
Gotcha. All right, so in this case, the 15 feet, I'm just going to look at the map. We don't have to switch back and forth. I'm going to draw it on the map so that I know exactly if it's centered on him. Silence. 17 feet. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is actually... Okay, I got it drawn on the other map just for reference. So the center of the room would become hollow and silent, and whatever verbal commands he might have been uttering would also become silent at that point. So it is back to the knight, but because his spell has been disrupted, he looks a little flustered. So he's gonna turn around and face in your direction at this point.
Oh, yay.
Let's see what he wants to do here. Okay, this is definite. Let's see. So I gotta get a different light for my desk. I can't barely read this. So you see that the Death Knight is turned. He's looking back in your direction. He now is lifts his arm and is like trying again to cast something, but it looks like he's having difficulty again casting something. So he's very flustered at the moment, and it is Kurza's turn next.
Let's be kind to him. I'll do another magic missile. Ooh, for 12 points this time. That's nice.
Oh, okay. So let's see how much. So he did. Okay, so he's still hanging on, but man, I mean, like he looks.
Dang.
He looks absolutely ragged. So it is after that. It is now our helmed horrors who will first act, and they will float across the tables and into your direction, kind of not even really touching the ground or the surface, and they will swing their animated armor and swords in your directions. And I'm going to start, in this case, we're going to just do both attacks as random. So we'll do it this way. Okay, so they are both going to be on Kurza, both of these attacks.
Oh, joy.
You drew the lucky dice.
I feel so privileged.
I know. I giveth and taketh. Where is the creatures?
Splatter them all, boys.
Okay, here they are. Yeah. So thankfully I had these guys in here. The first one is gonna swing
And miss.
and miss. What's your AC?
1.
1? Well, yeah, definitely missed.
1.
And the second one is swinging. What is it doing here? Oh, I see. It's not got its... I guess I just have to roll it manually. The sheet isn't really... I'm just going to roll it out loud manually. So 8. He would hit AC 4, and that would be a miss. Okay, so first one misses. The second one, even worse. So both of these will miss you,
Oh,
Kurza.
wow.
And it is
I
then
am amazed.
Nod's turn.
Hmm.
So I think Nod is going to press forward, right? He sees the danger, but I think he's still going to press forward for the thing. Longsword blazing.
All right, so he's headed straight towards the Death Knight with his longsword overhead and swings and hits him. And we'll see what this does. Okay. With that strike, Nod, it will fall over. The Death Knight will. Into a pile into the center of the room there.
Very quiet pile.
Yeah, it's very quiet in there. Actually, you're right. There's nobody hears this, but everyone would see or feel that Death Knight fall for sure. So
No mechanical clanking of any kind.
nothing to give you away, but Bart is next, I believe. If I didn't skip someone, yeah.
Bart's gonna clench his medallion again and try and give it another go, calling on this strange sea god.
Oh right. So
Directed at the helmed horrors here. Yeah.
yeah, forget these guys.
That's,
So
I roll a 10 again. Yeah. So it's
yeah. Well, I'll give you. Let me give you this. Let me give you a wisdom check.
sure.
Okay. You know that they are not undead. In fact, that they are
Oh,
animated.
I've jumped to conclusions and made a rash reaction.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah, this place is full of, it's just that these in particular don't have anything under the armor, so they are actually a construct of magic. So I want to save you the action and
All
make
right.
sure you can do something meaningful because
Oh, yeah.
you would sense that you would remember that as
I would
well from
realize
having
that. Okay.
fought. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Maybe a
guess. I mean.
dispel. If you can roll low.
I mean, in lieu of that, yeah, it would be probably just drawing my mace and trying to. I
Okay.
assume there's some of them that have moved closer to us.
Yeah, yeah. You're in striking distance. You could get to two of them.
Yeah.
Whichever one you want.
Yeah, we'll just. I'm on this side. Kurza's over there, so I'll just kind of move to this way and swing my. Let's see. It's not a range. It's melee. I do have the +1
Okay.
spell work ring mace.
That might
Ooh,
will definitely hit. That will definitely
Hmm.
hit.
All right.
All right, 5 damage. That is, and
Yep.
okay. HP. There we go. Got it. All right, so he is struck. This is the one on the right, and it has been hit for the first time. So it is next up. What happened to my turn order? It is now the Death Knight's dead, so it's Kurza's turn next, I believe.
ooh. I'll attack the other one that was attacking me then.
All right, yeah, the one that on the left there, you can go for.
You know what? No, I think I'm gonna. It's probably more smarter to attack the same one that Bart is.
Okay.
So I'll move over to attack the same one.
Believe. Let's see. Their AC is 2. I mean, they basically are a walking set of plate armor, so that will not hit, unfortunately. I believe you have 1 left. Is that where we are on Fortune? Was it 1 remaining or none remaining?
Yeah,
Anyone
one,
recall?
I
I think
think.
it was.
I think it was
I
1.
think it was
Okay.
1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So back to the horrors, and they will be swinging again. So I'm going to have the other 2 are joining, and they are going towards Nod. So we got 2 on Nod, 1 on Bart, 1 on Kurza, 4 attacks. So I'm just going to roll them in that order out loud here and see if anything. Okay, 3 terrible swings. So I think that means that the 2 on Nod have missed terribly. The 1 on Kurza misses. And then the 1 on Bard, I think actually, unfortunately, will hit you because your AC is Yeah, it can hit an
Pretty
AC of-
garbage.
yeah, it can hit that. So it's going that one is gonna strike, and it will do, let's see. This is the 1d10. 11 points of damage.
Dear Lord. Okay. Bart
Yeah.
looks pretty well bloodied at this point, I think.
Yeah, the others may not
Keep
be
yourself
aware
alive.
of where he's at specifically. Let me see if I can add his bar. Do you guys see his bar above him? For above Bart?
No.
Let's see.
It looks full, and it should not. Oh wait, yeah. If you click on me, you can see the width of it. I guess because it should go across the whole top of the
Yeah, it might not. It might be misleading anyway, even if
rectangle
you can
image.
see
But,
it.
yeah.
But I'll try to put that on
There's
here
6
so
little
you guys.
bars at the bottom of the image.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's
It's
what it's
6
translating to. But
16 out of 38 is where he's at.
oh, okay.
We
So-
need to heal.
Or 39, sorry. Yeah.
That should give you a better idea, though, of at least where people are, if you can see those bars. But it's the horrors have all swung, and only one of those hit. It hit Bart, and now it's Nod's turn. You there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm here. I think I was more interested in starting to retreat. We accomplished on taking out our thing. I think it's the disengage action. I
Okay.
think that's
Yeah, you
what
wanna?
it's called.
Yeah, I see. I think
It's
that's-
like retreat or something like that. You move like a third of your speed, and essentially you're doing that while still providing some defensive to yourself instead of running straight away and giving attack of opportunities.
Okay. I don't know if there's a role for that. I would think that there might be. Let me just see what that.
It's
I know it's
something you
half
can
movement,
just
right?
do.
Okay. So.
I think it's a third.
For a third.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's
Yeah, it is.
not retreat. It's not disengage. It's retreating or
No, I think it doesn't. Well, yeah, because it's not. I
don't think it's
withdrawal.
disengage.
Withdrawing is it. When making a withdrawal, a
That's
character
it,
can
yeah.
carefully back away from its opponent, who can then choose to follow. The character moves up to a third of his normal movement rate.
Yeah. Okay. So in the grand scheme of this, yeah, you'd be coming back into the foreground here, closer to the top of the table, and trying to get out of their way carefully. Okay. All right. So
Still get an attack with that, or no?
No, you're not like like leaving your defense open to flee combat, right? Fleeing just will
yeah.
grant
Okay.
them attacks of opportunity. Yeah, I'm slowly defensively backing up, trying to withdraw from
Okay.
All right. So with that, Nod is back to the front of the room, and it's Bart's turn. Back to the top of the order.
I'm trying to read through this quick here.
No problem. Take your time if you need to. I've been doing a lot more reading here. I've got all my books now, like on each side of me. That's kind of nice.
I guess if Nod's backing away, Bart's it's trying to.
Well, he's backing towards us. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that looks concerning. If he's leaving, he might be looking to cast this in front of him towards one of these helmed creatures,
Dispel magic at it.
potentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
30-foot cube or one item.
I think this will boil down to the creator's level, but let me double check.
Yeah, he rolls a die 20.
Base is 11, and then it's adjusted on my level versus the creators from there.
Okay. Yeah. So what it can do, what it will be able to do at the very least will be to suppress it. And so that's still a good outcome. So yeah, if you want to
All right.
roll there.
It's a good one.
Good roll.
It's not bad.
Die roll. It's like you minus the caster levels that you're going against.
So what will happen in this case is that these animations will go inert for 1d4 rounds. And you can roll that 1d4.
Run quick!
Hmm.
So They will
You
go inert.
you got a minute to get out of here.
Which means you have this entire turn that
Yeah.
they won't be able to act. So that is that's where we're at, and I think it's Kurza next. As you hear Bart, what do you yell, Bart? After you cast?
I don't. I kind of envision him like drawing mist from around the room into each of them, and maybe they're like jerk a little bit and slow down, but he might yell something like, "Ah, they're too strong for this. I can't hold them any longer."
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So Kurza,
When we were fighting them the last time, did they follow us out of the room, or I seem to recall they did not leave the room.
Last time they did
don't
not leave the
remember.
room, and yeah, that's what Nada was
Okay.
going to suggest. We at least back up and try to leave the room, or worst case, fight him in the doorway.
All right, yeah, let's leave the room and close the doors.
all right. So
So
you're
I'll
gonna back up,
out and
back out of the room, okay?
Yeah.
And you do so. So the horrors will still get a chance here to attack those still in the room. I guess the 4 of them are going to split the difference here and go towards Nod and Bart. So they're going to get 4 attacks.
Well, shouldn't they be inert for a full round?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
No, yeah.
forgetting the whole effect here. I need to put the spell effect on these guys, or I'm going to give them a freaking turn.
Should at least last until Bart's
Don't wanna-
next turn.
Don't want to miss. Yeah, don't want to miss. First
yeah.
shot. Okay, yeah,
Bart's
they
on
are
the
just
ground.
inert.
Bart's on the ground, like trying to crawl away, basically. Like, stop.
So that means then that
I appreciate the extra effort to make sure Kurza can get away, but that was a little bit obvious.
Nod, you're actually up. These guys have stopped moving for the time being.
Is there one immediately in front of me? Can I smack him before I completely run away?
Yeah, you're in reach of one. If you want to try to hit one and then
Yeah,
run, or hit and run.
Yeah, maybe instead, can I like grab its sword or shield?
Sure. Which one?
I'll grab its sword, the closest one to me. I'm gonna just grab its sword and again move to the doorway.
Let's see. We'll probably be
Eventually, I'm just trying to disarm it. Since
Yeah. I think it's a good idea. I just want to see how easy it'll be to just knock it away, or if there's anything.
Yeah, and if it's too much of a hassle, we can just say no, it just runs.
No, I think what we'll do is a dex check. Yeah, I like that. I think in this case it's not a strength situation. It's just more a matter of like trying to run and grab a sharp object. So you do grab it and you can
Running with scissors.
Yeah, you can knock it away here. So it's like, I don't know, on the far side of the room, basically, from him. And then make your way out at the same time, in pretty much the same motion. So you and Kurza then are both standing in the doorway on the other side of the doorway in the hourglass chamber. So that leads us to Bart, who started all this. No, just kidding.
Bart's gonna quickly back out of this room as well.
Okay.
Happy
And-
to lean his back against the door and maybe point out to the others that have a second of breath in the hourglass room that the sands are running low.
So let's bring you then back to the map where you are all going to, I assume, shut this door behind you. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the door gets closed behind you as you hear that clatter in there of what's left of the helmed horror situation. But you now are all standing, in the chamber with the hourglasses once again. You don't hear any noise or anybody trying to grab the door, just like you suspected. They don't appear to be trained to leave the room necessarily. In fact, I think last time you had opened the door and kind of launched a few things in there, knowing that they wouldn't do that. But but they'll typically retreat to their corners where they're not going to be easy to hit doing stuff like that. And it seems like their main purpose in life is just to protect this room at all costs. So at the time being, you probably feel somewhat relieved by that. But as Bart points out, and you look around in this room, you would see that the sands in the hourglasses look like they're all running low. I'd say they're all like within 20% at most to 10%, with a few seem like they're running maybe faster than others, but whatever that means, I don't know. That's something that you guys have figured out yet, but this room for right now is yours, unoccupied other than you.
And Non's gonna recommend Bart kind of takes care of himself. He looks a little beat up.
I did feel beat up, yes.
You don't look.
I'm probably gonna toss out. I'm gonna toss out at least one and maybe a few cure moderates for myself. Yeah, maybe a couple. As long as I'm keeping track of spells right. Let's see. That'll give me 10 back. So I'm at 26 out of 39. That feels a little bit better.
Okay.
Does anyone else look pummeled or beat up that needs attention?
Not all point to
Have
the
any
bag
potions
of holding.
healing or anything?
I've got some cure lights, but that's about it. Some
I think he
potion.
has some cure light scrolls as well.
I have a potion of
Yes.
healing. You can use that.
Oh, save the potion
There's
of healing. Let him use the
the-
clerical scrolls that we can't
Well,
use.
I've got 3 of them, so
Yeah, I've got 5 scrolls,
oh, wow.
so I can throw a few of those out. Who do you want to spread those out to?
Yourself. I think we're
I
both
might-
okay.
You're both fine. All right.
Yeah, it's all you.
Well, this macro doesn't work.
Bart is the best tank.
All right, so I will do. I'll just cast the cure light spell, but not mark it down. Oh, that's disgusting. But okay, I'll use 2
Oh
scrolls.
god, that is terrible.
All
Use the last.
right, that was
Last,
redeeming in the second one. Yeah.
No, just use the last astounding fortune for that, and we can
For the
maybe
first
hopefully
one?
call it.
All right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Do it.
You could if you want
I'll
to,
add.
and yeah,
I'll add 7. Yep, I guess AF 0.
okay. So 7 and
Roll
roll another
die
1.
Well, another what?
Die 8, I believe it is. Yeah, die 8.
Oh, I'm at like 33 now. That's
Well,
I'm
if you
only-
re-roll the 1, right, we're pretty much out of time anyway. If you re-roll
Yeah.
the 1, then you can hopefully get back to full. Close enough that it doesn't matter.
sure. Okay. Let's see.
Hey. So
5. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm
so-
down to 3 cure light scrolls now,
Okay. All right. So
but I feel
Yeah.
much better.
you at least are not, knocking on a different door. You're feeling a little better, somewhat stronger. And yeah, given the closeness of the battle and where you guys are, how are you feeling about where we're at here? This might be a good spot to stop, but I want to give you guys a chance if there's anything else you wanted to ask or to do before we conclude. So there's still, it's up to you, basically.
I don't know.
I think the hourglasses represents the time left the towers happening or before something is going to happen, the sinking down into the water or releasing a wave of magical energy or something. Not superstitious
Yeah.
or suspicious.
Yeah,
I
I guess-
mean, if they all go 0, does the protection for the tower suddenly go away? I don't know.
Bart's
Well-
mostly concerned with being magically drained and the fact that we've got a time limit on the preservation of Tornuk with the ability to get him back someplace that we can
Yeah.
revive him.
I feel like with 5 days, there should be enough time for us to rest somewhere and recast it. If we, maybe halfway through, we can reapply this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think the other
This is
thing
true.
that might be on your mind is that homunculus has given you away to its creator. Well, killing it has given you away to its creator. You've just slayed a death knight inside of the council chamber, and then made your way out, hastily. So definitely not probably feeling too safe at the moment because of those bells that are going off that you just recently rang, so you imagine the place will be crawling with things, whether it's coming from the upstairs or the hallways, right? You know that you've pushed all the buttons, right? And folks know you're here. So at this point, you're probably not going to be able to take up refuge anywhere to rest without leaving or finding some extreme way of doing that, magical means or something like that. So it kind of boils down to, like, where do you want to head next? Like, going forward, you believe will be challenging from a battle perspective. Going backward might not get you what you're trying to get, right? So you're kind of stuck in a spot right here in this particular chamber where probably if you had another character or two, right, you could do whatever you want with the evening. But given that it's the three of you and you just lived through, I can't believe you guys lived through that. Actually, I thought for sure I would get one of you. Tornuk took the fall. But he got power word kill cast on him, by the way. That was what took him down. So not a fun one. That is not a fun one. So but yeah, this might be the spot where, at least for now, you pause, right? And then we pick up next session. Maybe you have a few more people, but at least you guys can consider your options.
Think of the XP we've got. Killing a death knight.
That's true.
I was gonna say, maybe depends on who is able to join next time on what our ultimate decision
what your
is.
strategy is, because you might want to clear stuff still on this level, or you might decide to just go for the head of the snake and go up. But if you're fully loaded, right? If you're fully loaded, you might decide to just go take it on. So so we'll pause here inside of the Hourglass chamber. I think I have the art for this one, so this is where it will be. Basically, that will pause, and on the other side of that door, you imagine that the horrors are regrouping as the ice in the hallway is gone now, with the death of the Death Knight, and then you all are scratching your heads probably a little bit, examining these hourglasses. That's sort of where we'll pause and pick up the beginning of next one. All right.
Well, we could always smash them and see what happens.
I'm not against that idea. I bet you there's another one who is probably with that idea.
It's true. You could absolutely do that. That would be fun. I'll have to bake that into the options just in case, since it's been mentioned. So I'll have to make sure I'm ready for that in case you guys go crazy. But all right, guys, thanks for the game.
Yes.
It was fun.
If it's
Have a good.
If it's a TPK, we smash everything and try and kill the entire place.
Maybe if
go.
I was thinking that, like, what would happen if two of you died and there was one of you left up there, thankfully. Yeah, but when it's down to 3, it could have. Yeah, smashing hourglasses would be right at the top of the list, I think. But all right, guys, you have a nice one. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
All right.
You too.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jamie.
Take care.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
That tale was mostly true, and this one's mostly too. For the sea remembers you, but forgets the lies you knew. Oh, they say we're wanted in Procamper. They say our luck is running out. When you get lost in the Underdark, will anyone hear you shout? Do you ever stop and wonder what's beneath the sea of fallen stars?